let's go to work because I'm about to get the stream on the road. Right, we'll take a look at Ed Lauter, Edward Matthew Lauter Jr. This man was an American actor and a stand-up comedian. He appeared in more than 200 films and TV series episodes in a career that been spanned over 40 years. Lauter, he was born and raised in Long Beach, New York, the son of Edward Matthew Lauter Sr. and Sally Lee, a 1920s Broadway actress and dancer. He was of German and Irish descent. After graduating high school, he majored in English literature and received a BA degree in 1961 from the CW Post campus of Long Island University. While in college, he played basketball. Lauter served 2 years for 2 years. He served for 2 years in the U.S. Army, United States Army. When that's where let me explain it to you. One of those guys who used to work for the U.S. Army was uh was Leslie Ike Atkinson. This guy used to be uh, a master sergeant in the U.S. Army. Right, this is long years before he was discharged. Okay, and he ends up, getting into you know, into the drug trade. You know what I mean? And he ends up, in dealing in narcotics. So Leslie Atkinson, he might be still alive. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know. I don't know how. I'll check with that. I'll check with that after I'm done with this live show. Uh, career. Lauter Lauter's first acting role was a small part in the Broadway production of The Great White Hope. That had to be that same. That had to be that same movie that Richard Roundtree was in. I don't know. Hold on. What movie that Richard Roundtree? What type of movie? What type of movie that Richard Arnold Roundtree was in? Well, Arnold is one of them. That's sorry about uh what happened last Wednesday. I mixed up the middle name. It was Arnold, not Alan. So I'm sorry about that. We have a terrible botch. You see. Some shit I did not even find. Well, Richard Roundtree wasn't even that one. Let me see. Fuck. Yeah, it's fine. I'll be fine out. I gotta find out what type of movie that put somebody. Let me see. Shit. Shit, I did not fucking find out. I did not know this shit happened. Hold on. Some shit did not happen. Let me go find some shit out. Hold on. Hold on. Oh man, I'm about to get on. I'm about to get on to the story of Ed Lauter and his career. I gotta start over. Hold on. Shit. Shit. God damn it! I almost had fucking time to do this. Hold on. I don't even know what happened until this minute. This is weak. I don't know what's really going on here. I don't even know. Some things just don't end up in my objection. I gotta find out who was working with Ed Lauter. So who's working with him? Who the hell's working with him, man? Oh, God damn. This is something I do not even find out. Let me go to the career for a minute. Shouldn't be doing all this deep diving. I should be doing all this running to the guys who later died. Let me go see what his career is about. Lauter's first acting role was a small part in the Broadway production of The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. It was a boxing drama in 1968. Before that, he was a stand-up comedian. His screen acting was in a 1971 episode of a TV series, Mannix, that happened to be American detective television series that ran from 1967 to 1975. It used to be on CBS. Lauter's Lauter's first theatrical film role, his theatrical film role that he had done was in this western. It's called Dirty Little Billy in 1972. It was American revisionist western film, an American revisionist western film that was co-written by and directed by Stan Dragotti. Michael Pollard was starred in it. Richard Evans was starred in it. So the movie was set and taking place in Kansas. I feel it was rural Kansas. It was rural Kansas. It's Coffeeville. It was Coffeeville, Texas. Not Texas. Coffeeville, Kansas. I messed up with the name. Sorry. Kansas. It's Coffeeville, Kansas. That film might had was so influenced by the darker, the more sinister of spaghetti westerns and things like that. So, as a character actor in the making, Lauter was known for his 6 foot 2 inches height and balding looks. He starred with Bruce Stern, Barbara Harris, Karen Black, and William Joseph Devane, who was known for being in films and things like that. You know, he used to be on Knots Landing. He used to be on Knots Landing for over 40 years. So even appearing as James Heller on the 24 series that was been out since 2001 all the way throughout 2010. So Greg Sumner, he played that role. He played that role in the soap opera, Knots Landing. So it was on Live Another Day, you know what I mean? And that guy's known for his work in films and such. So let me explain to you. Lauter Lauter had starred with the likes of Bruce Stern. What's the name? With the likes of Bruce Stern, Barbara Harris, Karen Black, and William Devane in Alfred Hitchcock's final film. Oh man, Sir Alfred Hitchcock, Sir Alfred Joseph Hitchcock. You know, he was an English film director, screenwriter, producer, and editor. For the final film that he did was I feel it's called Family Plot. His face was already on it. This is before Alfred Hitchcock had died. I don't know, that was what 1980s. He had passed away. Yep, 1980. Died in April the 29th, 1980. Uh, wasn't even around. I wasn't even around when Alfred Hitchcock had died. You know, Hitchcock was so impressed by Lauter and asking him to play a major role in the romantic espionage thriller that he planned as his next film. The director's failing health and eventual death in 1980 meant that The Short Night, a film that he had planned, never went into production. It never had went into some sort of production until Hitchcock died. His health was failing. His health was fucking failing. Shit. We're going straight into the work. Lauter had Lauter had appeared in many films. Let me tell you about Ed Lauter. Lauter had appeared in many films, including a half a dozen in 1972 alone. Among his most prominent film roles were like The Longest Yard, also known as The Meat Machine, also known as The Meat Machine. Yeah, that's what it is. It's AKA. It means also known as The Meat Machine. King Kong, King Kong, Magic, Death Hunt with with Charles Bronson, rest in peace. Time Rider, Cujo, Death Wish 3 with the late Charles Bronson. My Blue Heaven, My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, and Joan Cusack. Yeah, Joan Cusack. The Rocketeer with yeah, Billy Campbell, Jennifer Connelly, uh, Alan Arkin, and Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton. He was in one of those 007 movies. He was in one of those 007 movies. After Sean Connery and Roger Moore had left, they passed the blueprint on to Timothy Dalton. Seraphim Falls. That's the word. Seraphim Falls. With Liam Neeson. It's with Liam Neeson and Pierce Brosnan. And you have one of the movies that's been out in 2011, The Artist. Thomas Langman had produced that film. Thomas Langman had produced that film. Uh, Michael Hazanavicius had directed it too, so that's what he had possibly did it. These guys did the work. I had nothing against these guys who already had their work cut out for them for not knowing what they had their work cut in and out for them. So Lauter had done so much in his career, you know what I mean, as an actor, but he's been doing comedy, so that's what he wanted to do for at least his his legacy will live on until the end. So Lauter's television appearances included the role that he played as the villain sheriff Martin Stillman on How the West Was Won. That's what it says. How the West Was Won, the TV series, and he guest performed. He did some guest performances on some shows that he did. The New Land, Psych, The X Files, as he played as the childhood hero of Fox Mulder, the character of David Duchovny. David Duchovny. So yeah, he played the childhood hero of David Duchovny's character. David Duchovny's character, Fox Mulder. Uh, Gemini astronaut, Gemini astronaut Colonel As was the Gemini astronaut Colonel named Marcus Aurelius Belt in the season one episode of Space. The secrets, I forgot, not secrets. The streets of San Francisco. It was a Quinn Martin production too. It was a Quinn Martin production that was the first season that's been produced in association with Warner Brothers Television. So that American TV crime drama was filmed on the location in San Francisco, California. That's all been produced by Quinn Martin Productions. So, and with the first season that was been produced by, I think it was in association with Warner Brothers Television. That's the same company that that produced and that produced the Full House from 1987 to 1995. I don't know what they not do it. They might do what they might do with Lorimar. I don't know. I don't even know. I do not want to dibble and dabble in what that show that Full House show would do if they have production companies backing them up back in the day. Yep, yeah, that's right. Ed Lauter, yeah, he played as the Gemini astronaut colonel by the name of Marcus Aurelius Belt. Yes, Marcus Aurelius Belt in the first season episode of Space of the Streets of San Francisco that was on the series debut episode. Yeah, it was on the series debut episode. Uh, Kojak, the A Team, Miami Vice. That's a show. That was American crime drama. American crime drama was featured. That was live and it's been taking place. It was aired by NBC. It was aired by NBC at the time. You know that they used to have guys playing as James Crockett and Ricardo Tubbs, who have to be Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas. So who have to be two Metro Dade Police Department detectives that were known to catch the bad guys who've been doing these drug deals, these bad drug deals. That was from season three. Uh, episode six was called Shadow in the Dark. Lauter was guest appearing on Magnum PI. It was an episode called Silent Night. It was an episode called Silent Night. Uh, it was on Booker. It was on Booker. Yeah, it was on this old TV shows in the 80s and 90s. It's called Booker. He was in Charm. It was in Charmed. It was in Highlander, the series. Uh, Law and Order. He was on Law and Order. He was on Law and Order, which is American police procedural and legal drama TV series that Dick Wolf had created. That he had, and Wolf Entertainment and Universal Television had already, yeah, had already had already produced it. That was launching the franchise. Lauter have guest appeared. I'm not gonna lie to you. Lauter guest appeared on Star Trek, The Next Generation. I don't know. He was on Star Trek: The Next Generation. He probably met Patrick Stewart somehow. He probably met Patrick Stewart somehow. Him and Patrick Stewart, they go back. So they go back. I feel it was since Raw Deal, he was done with Raw Deal and shit. He played as Lieutenant Commander Albert in the fifth season episode. It was called The First Duty. He was in the Equalizer. I think Lauter was in the Equalizer. He guest appeared on there between 1985 and 1989. Uh, he would guest appeared on the Waltons. You know what I mean? He did all the work, and he guest appeared. He last guest appeared on ER. Stands for emergency room. It stands for emergency room. There was an American medical drama television series that was created uh, by the likes of a novelist and a physician who goes by the name of Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton or Crichton. Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton. That's his name. That's aired on NBC from between 1994 all the way to like 2009, with a total of 331 episodes and spanning to 15 seasons. But Constant C Productions and Amblin Television had already produced that show. They produced that show, back in the days. So, but Lauter played as a Fire Captain Daneker. His as with a recurring role that he had to portray, a recurring role that he portrayed for somehow. Uh, it's be the sad part. This is Lauter when he was done being on films and TV on October 16th, 2013. 2 weeks before his 75th birthday, Edward Michael Lauter Jr. died of mesothelioma, a rare form of cancer, having been diagnosed 5 months earlier in May. Earlier in May, following his death, Lauter's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against many well-known broadcasting, automotive, and manufacturing companies for exposing Lauter to asbestos, which led to his death. The suit alleges that Lauter was exposed to asbestos at various movie studios. Various movie studios, and the location setting sets over his 40-year career as an actor in Los Angeles. The lawsuit remains pending as of late 2020. Married 5 times, he is survived by his fifth wife. That was in the picture. That was under the picture. Mia Roberts Lauter. He had married. He had married before he died. That's a woman. That's a woman he had married. He said he was married. They say he was married about 5 times, and he survived by his fifth wife, Mia Roberts Lauter, and his four children from all of his previous marriages. He continued to work until a few months later, before his death, completing roles in several films uh, that will still be to be released. after his death. To honor his work, the Ed Lauter the Ed Lauter Foundation is being established, which will award a scholarship yearly to aspiring young actors who wanted to be in films and movies and want to be in films and all that type of shit. Goddamn fucking TV shows and all that bullshit. They might get out screenplays to go do movies. Yeah, they grinding too, hustling and grinding. So that's what they'll do. Let me explain this to y'all again. To honor his work, the Ed Lauter Foundation is being established, which will award a scholarship yearly to the aspiring young actors that are reflecting on his lengthy career. Lauter said this in a 2012 interview with the Los Angeles Times. This is what Ed Lauter told the this is what Ed Lauter told the Los Angeles Times. A lot of people say I know you, but they don't know my name. That's what he says. He says a lot of people say I know you, quote unquote, but they don't know my what it says. Let me read it again. Let me read this again. I fucked up with the this. I'm having my third attempt to read this shit. A lot of people say I know you, but they don't know my name. But I've had a great run. This came from Ed Lauter in the Los Angeles Times, quoting his interview from 2012. But it was it was done after he died, after he passed away of I think he probably passed away from what happened to be mesothelioma. It was done after Lauter died from you know a rare form of cancer known as mesothelioma. Mesothelioma. These people already spread out commercial. People already playing commercial promos about mesothelioma and asbestos and all that. They play that shit on my fucking TV week after week after week. They play that shit for weeks. That's just some over the top. You know what I mean? Not over the top, but they just want to get that money. They just want to get that money. You know, to get that going. You know what I'm saying? These are movies that he did from the 1970s. You know, the Magnificent Seven Ride, The New Centurions, Hickey and Boggs, Bad Company, Dirty Little Billy, Rage, Lolly Madonna, Triple X, The Last American Hero. You got the 70s, all that shit. The Last American Hero, Executive Action, The Midnight Man, The Longest Yard, also known as The Meat Machine, Satan's Triangle, French Connection 2, Breakheart Pass, Family Plot, King Kong, The White Buffalo, The Chicken Chronicles. Yeah, The Chicken Chronicles, Loose Shoes, Magic, Death Hunt. Yes, Death Hunt. Uh, The Amateur, Time Rider, The Adventures of Lyle Swan, Eureka, Cujo, The Big Score. That's the 80s. Uh, Lassiter, Finders Keepers, Nickel Mountain, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Real Genius, Death Wish 3, uh, Young Blood, Raw Deal, 315. Revenge of the Nerds, Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, Gleam in the Cube, Tennessee Waltz, Fat Man and Little Boy, Born on the 4th of July, My Blue Heaven, The Rocketeer, Judgment, School Ties, Extreme Justice, True Romance, that's the 90s, Under Investigation, Under Investigation, Wagons East, Trial by Jury, Leaving Las Vegas, Girl in the Cadillac, Digital Man, Breach of Trust, Rattled, Ravenhawk, Mulholland Falls, Coyote Summer, Mercenary, The Sweeper, Top of the World, Allie and Me, Out in 50, Night of Terror, Farewell My Love, Python. In the 2000s, he's in 13 Days, Civility, Nightclub, Not Another Teen Movie as a coach. Go for Broke, Gentleman B, Seabiscuit, Nobody Knows Anything, The Librarians, yes, The Librarians, Starship Troopers 2, Hero of the Federation, Art Heist, Into the Fire, The Longest Yard remake as Dwayne. The 70s, man, he played as Captain Nauer, Captain William, well, not William. He played as Captain Wilhelm Nauer with the K. All of a sudden he comes back. Also, he comes back as Dwayne. He comes back as Dwayne. What the fuck? The fuck is that? He played as the captain. Also, he comes back playing as Dwayne. Shit, they don't mean nothing. The 2000s, that's in. Uh, Venice Underground. Yes, the words. Venice Underground, Brothers in Arms, Purple Heart, The Lost, Love Hollywood Style. That's right. Love Hollywood Style, The Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby movie, Serb Him Falls. Yeah, Serb Him Falls. The number 23, a modern Twain story. Yeah, that's the word. A modern Twain story. The Prince and the Pauper. Camille. Yeah, that's the name. The American Standards. Something's Wrong in Kansas. Expecting a Miracle. Godspeed. The Frankenstein Syndrome. The Artist. The Fitzgerald Family Christmas. This is before, yeah, the trouble with the curve. This is before. It's before he died of mesothelioma in 2013. So these are the other posthumous movies that he's been in. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. That was done. Those two movies were done before he died. The two movies were done before he had passed away. Before he died. But they were released in 2014 and 2016. There was The Town That Dreaded Sundown and Chief Zabu. The television shit from the 70s all the way to the 2010s. All right, he was in let me explain this to you. He was in Mannix, Long Street, Cannon, Ironside, The Streets of San Francisco, Class of '63, The Waltons, Migrants, Kojak, The New Land, The Godchild, Satan's Triangle, Beretta, Last Hours Before Morning, Police Story, Charlie's Angels, The Rockford Files, How the West Was Won, The Clone Master, The Greatest Heroes of the Bible, The Jericho Mile, Love Savage Fury, Undercover with the Ku Klux Klan. That means the KKK for sure. Don't even quote me on that. I don't promote racism or people firing people want to do parties on those white hoods. No, no, those white boys, they fucking wearing white hoods and long long things, wearing them out the big things they had on. Yeah, they wore the things all white and all that, the hoods on them. They were all doing their little rallies and shit through Kentucky and the Carolinas and all that shit. They did their little meetings. They were yelling and screaming white power and shit. They screaming white power and shit. So that's what they did. There's another guest appearance that he did in 1979, The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, BJ and the Bear, BJ and the Bear between 1979 and 1980, Hawaii Five-O, The Boy Who Drank Too Much, Guyana Tragedy, The Story of Jim Jones, Alcatraz, the whole shocking story. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's a TV series called Alcatraz, the whole shocking story. A Nero Wolf mystery, in the custody of strangers. Rooster, Simon and Simon, Saint Elsewhere, Hardcastle and McCormick, Manimal, Magnum PI, the A Team, the seduction of, yeah, the seduction of Gina. That's what we call it, the seduction of Gina. The CBS School Break Special. Yeah, the school. That's what it is. The CBS School Break Special. That was in the episode called Dead Wrong. Dead Wrong. The not the Buddy Evans. The John Evans. The John Evans story. That was from the 80s. The Three Wishes of Billy Greer, Alto Man. I used to watch the old CBS Schoolboy specials. You know what I mean? Growing up as a kid. Yeah, Alto Man, The Yellow Rose, Crazy Like a Fox, The Cartier Affair, Our Family Honor, The Defiant Ones, The Last Days of Patton. Yes, The Last Days of Patton, Screen 2, Miami Vice, The Thanksgiving Promise, O'Hara, Murder She Wrote, The Equalizer. Yeah, The Equalizer. He kind of met Angela Lansbury all the years ago, the 80s. Booker, Father Dowling Mysteries, as Rex Burnham. Monsters, yes, Monsters. Kojak, Flowers for Matty. The Golden Years, Star Trek: The Next Generation as Lieutenant Commander Albert. Calendar Girl, Cop Killer, the Bambi Bemanek story. Renegade, Homicide, Life on the Street. Murder So Sweet, the Return of Ironside, The X Files. Yeah, he played as Lieutenant Colonel Marcus Aurelius Belt. The Secret Sins of the Father, Birdland, Highlander series, Avery Hoskins. The Tuskegee Airmen, Kung Fu, The Legend Continues, Raven Hawk, Married to a Stranger, Walker, Texas Ranger. He guest appeared as Silas Bedell. Under Wraps, Millennium. Yeah, it was Under Wraps, Millennium, a bright shining lie, a bright shining lie. Dollar for the Dead, ER, the Magnificent Seven, Law and Order as a defensive counsel. Uh, you know, Charmed, Barclay. Charmed is like a TV series. CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. Jag, Into the Fire, NYPD Blue, Cold Case, Chocolate News as Jack Cagney. Grey's Anatomy, Expecting a Miracle, Psych as Deputy Commissioner Dykstra. Carnal Innocence, Shameless, and his last guest appearance was The Office. Okay, it was a American like it was a mockery of a of some sort of a documentary. It was like it built out of a TV. It was a TV series, man. Like it make this sitcom look like a complete laughing stock. American mockumentary sitcom television series that depicts the everyday work lives of office employees of the Scranton, Pennsylvania branch of the fictional name Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. It aired on NBC from March 24th, 2005, all the way to like May 16th, 2013. I mean, they should make it look like a documentary, but they look like a spoof. Looks like a spoof. That was already they try to do a spoof. They try to do a spoof for some reason, but it's a mockumentary sitcom. Also, a little bit of a spoof. And why people want to go watch that shit. And people wearing Dunder Mifflin, they wearing Dunder Mifflin gear. I was out in these streets going to Franklin Avenue. I see people wearing Dunder Mifflin shit. All that shit came from the fucking watching the goddamn office. It came from them watching The Office. Why would you watch The Office? It was like it became a complete joke to television. A complete fucking joke to television. And you watch this shit. That's why I don't want to watch that shit no more. It's fucking laughing stock. Like it was a total joke. Modern Family might be something of a TV sitcom, but those all be known. Let me explain to y'all about Modern Family. I'm about to finish this up. Let me type Modern Family. Modern Modern Family. Modern Family. That is a TV show. That is a TV series that's not even became a total joke like The Office. Modern Family, as we explained about the show, it's a big ass show. The show has everybody else in it. See, the people you see on Modern Family, see, they're all good people. All these people you see on Modern Family, they're good fucking people. Ed O'Neill, he was known for his as the he was known as uh Al Bundy on Married with Children. You know what I'm saying? He played as Jay Pritchett. You know what I'm saying? He played the father of Claire and Mitchell, you know, and you know, and a little boy. And a little boy named Joe. This little boy named Joe. You know, stepfather of let me see, of Gloria's son. He was like a grandfather to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was like a grandfather to Haley and Alex and Luke Dunphy and Lily Pritchett. You know what I'm saying? And he plays, and then he was like the father-in-law to Claire's husband Philip Dunphy, Claire Pritchett Dunphy's husband Philip Dunphy, and a father-in-law to Cameron Tucker Pritchett. So Sophia Vergara. I had a lot of respect for her as I know of. Even I didn't know she was on a cover of some magazine. I think I kept those one of those magazines with her on the cover. I don't even know. They was said about her in the book in one of the magazines. I still have one of those magazines here. He played as Gloria Delgado Pritchett. She played that character who had to be Jay Pritchett's second wife, and you know, who was mother of Manny and Joe, and it was like a stepmother to Claire Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Julie Bowen. Everybody remembers Julie Bowen. Julie Bowen. I remember so much about her. This is before Modern Family. She played as a reporter on. Let me go to her. She was known to play as a reporter on the Water Boy, not Water Boy. He played the she. I'm not gonna lie to you. She played a character on Happy Gilmore. She played a. Let me tell you, she played the love interest. She played this reporter or whatever her name is. She played this reporter or whatever on I think it was on Happy Gilmore. I might watch Happy Gilmore, so I don't know. I don't know. Everybody knows about her. I think she did guest appearances. I'm gonna let you know why. I think she was on I think she was guest appearing on Law and Order SVU. I did not know that shit. I did not know that until then. Ty Ty Burrell, yes, Ty Burrell, who plays Phil Dunphy, who was Claire's husband and a father to their kids. Jesse Ferguson, who was like who plays Mitchell Pritchett, who was like the son of Jay and Dee Dee, and he's like a brother to Joe and Claire, and married to Cameron. Uh, an adoptive father to Lillian Wexford, and he's an uncle to Haley, Alex, and Luke. See, Eric Stone Street, who was like uh, who's been married. It's Eric Stone Street, who plays Cameron Tucker, who was like Mitchell's husband and Lillian Wexford's adoptive father. Sarah Hyland, she played as Haley Dunphy. She plays Haley Dunphy. I remember so much about her, bro. I mean, this is before she guest appeared on Law and Order SVU twice. She was in films like Private Parts and all that. She was in the Annie remake, and then she was on Blind Date. Did not know that. Before that, she played as Jennifer Banks. She plays Jennifer Banks on the Law and Order TV series. But in the 90s, she played as this little girl. She came back as Jennifer Banks. All right, she played as the older daughter of Claire and Phil Dunphy, the sister of Alex and Luke. Oh God, Dylan's wife. Oh shit. Poppy and George. Poppy and George's mother's. Poppy and George's mother. What the fuck? Poppy and George's mother. Oh shit. And Mitchell's oldest niece, Ariel Winter, who plays youngest niece of Mitchell, uh, was Clanfield's younger daughter, who had to be Ariel Winter. She was like, she plays Clanfield Dunphy's younger daughter, Haley, and Luke, and Haley, and she was Haley and Luke's sister and Mitchell's younger niece. Let me see. You got Nolan Gould, who plays Luke Dunphy. Or who plays Alex Dunphy. Nolan plays Luke Dunphy, who was Clanfield's son, Haley and Alex's brother, and Mitchell's nephew. Rico Rodriguez, who had to be as Manny Delgado, uh, was Glover and Javier's son. Joe's brother, Jay's stepson, Claire Mitchell's stepbrother. Aubrey Anderson Emmons. Yes, Aubrey Anderson Emmons, who played as Lily Tucker Pritchett. Lily Pritchett. Uh, she was Mitchell and Cameron's adopted daughter, who was born in Vietnam. Later she was see Lily was portrayed by the Hiller twins. Jeremy Maguire, all these people, man. Jeremy Maguire, he plays is Joe Pritchett, Goya and Jay's son, and Claire and Mitchell and Manny's half brother. It was that the then the characters portrayed by Rebecca and Sierra Mark and Pierce Wallace in those other seasons, like 5 and 6. Wade Ewing played as Dylan Marshall, the on and off boyfriend of Haley Dunphy. Later became a husband, became Poppy and George's father, and Claire and Phil's son-in-law. Luke and Alex and Luke's brother-in-law for those seasons. See, this all came from the family tree, but now all came in. Look at this family tree here. Look at this family tree here. Look at this shit. They got a whole fucking family tree here. They got a whole family tree. Let's say this here. We got a whole family tree. Look at this shit. Got a whole fucking family tree here. Whoa. They have this family tree here. You have Javier Delgado. You have Javier Delgado, Goya Pritchett. There's Manny Delgado. There's Joe Pritchett. There's Jay Pritchett. There's Dee Dee Pritchett. There's a mix here. We got Merle Tucker, Barb Tucker, Cameron Tucker, Calhoun Johnson. You have Lily Tucker Pritchett. You have Rexford Tucker Pritchett, Cameron Tucker, Mitchell Pritchett. You have Dylan Marshall, Haley Dunphy. You have George and Poppy Marshall. You have Claire and Phil Dunphy. And Claire Dunphy, Phil Dunphy, Haley and Alex Dunphy, and Luke Dunphy. They have George and Poppy Marshall in it. You have Grace Dunphy. Grace Dunphy and Frank Dunphy. Those are like that's like the family tree here. See, I'm not gonna lie to you here. The family tree was just as big as it seems. The family tree is a lot more big, as big as you possibly see, you know, on this live show. That indicates something. Those family members might be end up living, and some of those who might die. But But part enough of that shit. I already played that fucking game. Like the fly ball, the fucking fly ball, the fly ball mission was completely a waste of time. When I played Far Cry 6s, this shit's hard. Getting the plane and then bringing it to the hangar. It's hard. It's hard, man. This shit's hard. I can't even try and do it. The little birdie thing, that's hard. I couldn't even do that then. But I'll have to go back to doing it, get back into the game. So now I gotta find this shit out. That's a good thing. So it's not their fault that they want to see that go out there and grow. But this see a look at this look at modern family. Look at Modern Family. This is what it became of. Well, see, my thing is, see, a look at Modern Family. It became more known. See, this TV show had everybody in it. It was a little more and more known. If you had to show this on Wikipedia or bring it to you on their own. So it had this already. Everybody was in this on the DVD. These are all the people that was on the DVD that you already have seen there. It's television. It's television at its own peak. It was at its own peak for some reasons. See, the TV show was like a modern day era, Friends show. So I'm gonna have to let you know about what happened on. But I'm gonna get off. Let me get on. I'm gonna inform you guys about Matthew Perry for a minute. I'll let you guys know about Matthew Perry. Uh, we're going in. Well, I'll let you guys know this news about Matthew Perry. Don't fucking start, you fucking dick. Just get to the fucking picture, jerk asses. Shit. I do not want to fuck with this piece of shit. Goddamn, man. Oh, leave me to my vices, you fucking dick. I'm gonna get sick of this goddamn internet. I'm gonna get all sick of this fucking New York Times bullshit. I couldn't get to the fucking thing. Now let me go find out this shit. I let you know about what happened with Matthew Perry. Previous Saturday. This man was known for playing the sarcastic but lovable Chandler Bing and for his struggles with drugs and alcohol, which he chronicled in a memoir. Is Matthew Perry? He was the star of the 1994 TV show Friends. Is dead at the age of 54 by a Saturday. By a Saturday. I did not know that. Matthew Perry, who gained sitcom superstardom as Chandler Bing on the show Friends, becoming a model of the ability to tease your pals as an expression of love, has died. He was 54. The death was confirmed. The death was confirmed by Captain Scott Williams of the LAPD Robbery Homicide Division. He said the cause was not likely to be determined for some time, but there was no indication of foul play. Several news outlets have. Yeah, I'm going to explain to you. Several news outlets have reported, without a named source, that Mr. Perry was found unresponsive in a hot tub at his home in Los Angeles. He had publicly struggled with drinking and drug use for the decades that he's been, leading to hospitalizations for a range of ailments by his own account. He had spent more than his half life in treatment and rehab facilities. Friends ran for 10 seasons from 1994 to 2004. It chronicled the never too dramatic dramas in the end the jokes in the exploits of a group of six young friends living in New York City. Chandler was the young yuppie of the group. Chandler was the yuppie of the group, and with a well-paying white-collar job his friends did not entirely understand. He wore sweater vests, but mildly smoked cigarettes. Other friends' characters generated humor through their goofiness or helplessness. Chandler cracked jokes. He was often inspired by the airheadedness of his roommate and best friend Joey Tribbiani, portrayed by Matt LeBlanc. There's Matt LeBlanc in this picture here. A struggling actor, and by the blunders of another buddy, Ross Geller, portrayed by David Schwimmer, a paleontologist more competent in the science than everyday life. During one episode, for example, Ross joined the group looking bizarrely tan, and he said that he had gone to a tanning place that one of them had suggested. What's that? What's that place? The Sun? Chandler started asking them. That was from this picture. There's Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, you know, and Lisa Kudrow. Those five cast members already hurting to the core when their friend and cast member had died. That speech pattern, the sarcastic rhetorical question that was asked in a tone of the disbelief, mock disbelief that was typical of Chandler. He said that he was known on the show for wondering things that, like, could she be more out of my league? Mr. Perry himself brought this bit to the show, and it became a familiar way for Americans to talk. Proof of the status of Friends as one of the most popular shows in the history of sitcom television. Well, sitcom history. For a while, Chandler was in a secret romance with another core member of the Friends group, Monica Geller, portrayed by Courtney Cox, a chef. Ultimately, the two achieved happily stable monogamy, married moved to the suburbs. In the spirit of the show distilled into its theme song, I'll Be There For You. Chandler's new home has a joy room for his old roommate. Their steps are toward their steps toward adulthood helped bring an end to the group's post-adolescent idyll and idyll, and with that the story of Friends itself. Mr. Perry, like his co-stars, eventually earned $1 million per episode. He was rich, famous, and handsome. But behind the scenes of Friends, his substance abuse was already an issue. His his 2022 memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, Mr. Perry recalled Jennifer Aniston, who starred in the show as Rachel Green, coming to his trailer one day and saying, in a kind of weird way, a weird but loving way, that it was clear that he had been drinking too much. She added says we can smell it. That's what she added. The Priscilla thing. No, no. This is one of them. It's a picture of the whole. It's a picture of the whole Priscilla thing. They got a picture of a young Elvis and a young Priscilla. I think that was the Elvis and Priscilla thing. I think Sophia Coppola did that thing. It's on some characters. The plural, the plural uh, we, the plural we he wrote about that moment hits me like a sledgehammer. The whole cast confronted him. They confronted him at that one point in his dressing room. A jet ski accident in 1997 helped set in motion Mr. Perry's addiction to painkillers a year and a half later, he was taking 55 pills a day. He checked into rehab, into a rehab facility. He checked into a rehab facility. He losing weight. He's losing weight and weighing to 128 pounds. And he probably gained or lost. Of course, Matthew Perry is in rehab. Became a huge news story, which that he wrote. It was him when he was in court. It was him when he was testifying before a House subcommittee in Washington. Dated back 10 years, over 10 years. In the years to come, his addiction would lead to a medical odyssey. Medical odyssey. The New York Times wrote in a profile like a year ago, like over a year ago, including an exploded colon, a stint on life support, 2 weeks in a coma, 9 months with a colostomy bag, and more than a dozen stomach surgeries, among other travails. Other travails. Lisa Kudrow, who plays Phoebe Buffet on Friends, wrote in her foreword to Mr. Perry's memoir that the single question she was asked most about Friends was how's Matthew Perry doing? Matthew Langford Perry was born in August 1969, in Williamstown, Massachusetts. His mother, Suzanne Perry, worked as a press secretary for the Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. His father, John Bennett Perry, was a character actor. His parents divorced when he was a baby, and Matthew grew up largely with his mother and stepfather, Keith Morrison, which that Suzanne had married. He was one of Canada's top ranked junior tennis players. When he was 15, he moved with his father in Los Angeles, California, to devote more time to tennis and leave behind unhappiness he felt about his place in his mother's second family. After a couple of years in Los Angeles, Matthew decided that he had figured out what would make him happy. Fame would change everything, and I yearned for it. I yearned for it more than any other person on the face of the planet. He wrote in his memoir, I needed it. It was the only thing that would fix me. I was certain of it. This is Matthew Perry when he first started acting. Well, this is Matthew Perry in the 80s. I think it was 1988. Still a teenager, he made his film debut starring alongside River Phoenix. A Night of Life, Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. Jimmy Reardon. He appeared in several sitcoms. It was clear that he was an up and coming actor, but he remained that way for several years. One day, when he was 24 years old, alone in his small Los Angeles apartment, he got on his knees and prayed to become famous, no matter what else would happen to him in the process. 3 weeks later, he was in a cast. He was casting in Friends. early Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox, whose career that to that point had outpaced her fellow cast members, announced to the group, "There are no stars here." Mr. Perry recalled in his memoir, "This is an ensemble show. This is an ensemble show. We're all supposed to be friends. All supposed to be friends." Mr. Perry continued that we did what she suggested from that first morning. From that first morning, we were inseparable. We ate every meal together. During his years on Friends, Mr. Perry starred in a number of movies that kind of flopped, and started flopping commercially, like the Almost Heroes movie with Chris Farley, rest in peace. He he died in 1997. Farley died in 1997. You know what I mean? And Three to Tango in 1999, he got good reviews for his supporting roles. His supporting role in likable as a likable beleaguered dentist in the whole nine yards in 2000, starring Bruce Willis. And Bruce Willis, yeah, he's suffering with dementia. He's almost you know what I mean he's almost in his last days, his final dying days, his final days. After Friends, Mr. Perry starred in a few more TV shows like the Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, written by Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin, who had wrote that TV show, and an adaptation of Neil Simon's play The Odd Couple that ran on CBS from 2015 to 2017. In his memoir, Mr. Perry poignantly describes struggles with self-esteem and commitment through several romantic relationships, including some with the prominent actresses like Julia Roberts. He never married or had children with. He never married or had children with. He had several half siblings from his parents' remarriages. Information about his survivors was not immediately available. Since Friends went off the air in 2004, its fan base has only grown. The show has even helped people around the world learn English. 2 years ago, Mr. Perry, by his own account, newly sober, appeared in a television reunion of the Friends cast members, the Friends cast, in which its stars revisited some of the show's most famous sets, especially like the Central Perk coffee shop, to reminisce about the old episodes. That came after years which Perry resisted talking about Friends. He wrote in his memoir that he admired Kurt Cobain's refusal to play "Smells Like Teen Spirit," a hit for Mr. Cobain's group Nirvana, Nirvana, and Led Zeppelin's aversion to their anthem "Stairway to Heaven." Stairway to Heaven. He did gain a new attitude toward publicly recalling his past to writing. He told the Times like over a year ago, in a single interview, he spoke again and again about the idea that his confessional stories that might help fellow addicts, those that have been on drugs and alcohol. When he said this, "Whenever I bumped into something that I didn't really want to share," he said, "I would think of the people that I would be helping, and it would keep me going." Rest in peace to Matthew Perry. Yeah, man. It sucks so bad when he passed away on Saturday. It sucks so bad that he passed away on Saturday, man. It fucked me up. It fucked me up, man. It fucked me up. It fucked me up. It fucked me up bad. It almost killed me. It almost killed me. It almost killed me, man. To see hear about this guy. It almost killed me. It almost killed me when I hear everything about this man. Shit, I had to go on to the website on my PlayStation 4. Now I gotta find out about this guy who yeah, passed away, and all of a sudden they found him dead, drowning in a fucking hot tub. They found him dead in a hot tub, ready to fucking drown. That's what it is. That's why he was found responsible in that hot tub. They found him unresponsible. They found him dead in his hot tub at his house in California. Now I gotta fucking shit. Wednesday night I'm going to go explain this to people on on the live chat of JD from NY 206, and I'll let the people in the chat know that that Matthew Perry, who to tell you that Matthew Perry was found dead at his house in California. They found him dead in the hot tub on Saturday, probably Sunday or Saturday. I don't know. Probably Saturday. Saturday they might find him dead on Saturday. Yep, that same picture of Matthew Perry. There's a picture of him there. It looks like it was shown over 10 years ago. So that picture was shown. That picture was shown over 10 years ago. It was all shown there. The other shit that I did not find out. That picture, man. They got. I mean, it's two different. It's two different pictures of him. Once with him by the right in front of the flag, and there's him sitting down. There's him sitting down in the motherfucking sitting down in the chair. He trying to testify and all that shit. And he started talking about supporting of federal fundings and drug treatment programs and all that he did for. It started including people that were like veterans of the military. He has own problems with. He has own problems with addiction. You know, he had this man had very bad addiction. Dated back over the years. I don't know what the fuck happened to this man. But I'm going to go to I'm going to alert. I'm going to let these people know about uh about Matthew Perry Wednesday night after I'm finished watching AEW Dynamite. Uh, Probably around the end of probably around after this entire month have ended. I'm gonna let y'all know about this later. So I gotta find out. Let me check the calendar. Let me check the Google calendar, folks. Yep. Okay, another four. I got another amount of 4 Saturdays to get through the to get help me get through the weekends. All right, I'm gonna be remind. I might be on the chat of JD from NY206. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let these people know about about the death of Matthew Perry. I'm gonna let them know about this on November 1st. Okay, let these people know on November 1st, and let them know that Matthew Perry is found dead, drowning in his hot tub in his house in California. Let's well, we'll start checking. I might go have another schedule that's gonna be happening. I might go do I'm gonna go do these schedules. I might go do a pack. I might have to go do a pack schedule coming starting in November. You know what I mean? November. I'm gonna have some type of shit thing to do. I'm gonna have that too. I'm gonna have a packed live show schedule. You know what I'm saying? And people will tell you when. I'm gonna be on hiatus for like those for that one day, and then I'll probably Wednesday I might return. I might have to go return to the studio to do Mac to do the birthday of the late Andre Lewis Hicks, who was known as Mac Dre. I'm gonna see you guys. I'm gonna see you guys on Wednesday because I'm gonna be back on Wednesday. Uh, let me get up out of here. See you guys on Wednesday. Uh, it's not the birthday of Mac Dre. I'm go on Wednesday. I'm gonna do live show. It's called The Story of Mac Dre. See you guys on Wednesday. I'll be on hiatus. I'll be on a little. I might be taking the day off. I'm not gonna be back on in the studio until Wednesday. See you guys on Wednesday for The Story of Mac Dre.